Hi friends, I wanted to record our lesson today a little early so that those of you who are in my third block and are missing out later because of conferences, you guys will get to get started first thing this morning. My goal was to get everybody on the same page. Next week I have the packet that's going out that's going to be the same as what we're doing in class. That way it'll be a little less confusing and we're all working together. So my packet next week has a lot to do with saving, spending, and earning money. Don't worry, if you're an online friend, don't worry about this so much because this will all be on Teams and we'll talk about it each day. I just want to make sure our videos line up a little better. So for next week, like I said, we're talking about money. I had a great story that's also read on YouTube. It's called, let me show you real quick. I'm going to read it to you right now. It's called Sam and the Lucky Money. This is on Epic Books in case you wanted to find it yourself. I also have a YouTube link on YouTube to share with you guys if you would rather hear it read from someone else. This is just an introduction to money and how it's spent, and that way you're able to kind of get the idea of what we're doing with this next little bit. So continuing on, Sam and the Lucky Money by Karen Chin, illustrated by Cornelius Van Wright and Ying Hua Hu. Hopefully I said that right. Oops, got my box in the wrong part. I'm gonna put it, how about right here? Sam could hardly wait to get going. He zipped up his jacket and patted his pockets. It was time to go to Chinatown for New Year's Day. Sam thought about sweet oranges and lucky money, crisp dollar bills tucked into small red envelopes called leases. Sam's grandparents gave him leases every New Year. Each envelope was decorated with a symbol of luck: 2 golden mandarins, or oranges, a Chinese junk, a slithering dragon, a giant peach. Sam's leases were embossed in gold. Sam counted out $4. Boy, did he feel rich. His parents said he didn't have to buy a notebook or socks as usual. This year, he could spend his money his way. Sam, his mother called. It was time to go shopping. Hurry so we don't miss the lion. Coming, said Sam. So he's got this money and he can't wait to spend it. I feel that way when I get money too. The streets hummed with the thump of drums and the clang of cymbals. Everywhere, dusty red smoke hung in the air, left by exploding firecrackers. Give me your hand, said his mother. I don't want you to get lost. Sam took her hand reluctantly. It seemed like everyone was shopping for New Year's meals. There were so many people crowded around the overflowing vegetable bins that Sam had to look out for elbows and shopping bags. So it's really busy. His mom's holding his hand so he doesn't get lost. Right next to the vegetable stand were 2 huge red paper mounds. Sam kicked the piles with his right foot and then with his left foot until he created a small blizzard. On his third kick, he felt his foot land on something strange. "Ayah!" someone cried out in pain. Startled, he looked up to find an old man sitting against the wall. The stranger was rubbing his foot. Bare feet in winter? Sam thought. Where are his shoes? Sam stared at the man's dirty clothes as he backed away. He found his mother picking out oranges, and he tugged on her sleeve, pulling harder than he meant to. So he accidentally stepped on this man's foot, and he's wondering, why is he not wearing shoes when it's so cold out? Hey, I need this arm, she said. Where have you been? It's time to go. For once, Sam was glad to follow his mother. In the bakery window, Sam eyed a gleaming row of fresh char siu bao, his favorite honey-top buns. When they opened the door, the smell of sweet egg tarts and coconut pastries erased any thought of the stranger. Sam wondered how many sweets he could buy with his $4. Ooh, that's what I think when I go to the bakery. Nayu mat-ye-a, hopefully I said that right, said a young woman from behind the counter. When Sam gave her a puzzled look, she repeated the question in English. What do you want? Sam was about to ask for buns when he noticed a tray full of New Year's cookies. They were shaped like fish with fat, pleated tails that looked like little toes. He couldn't help but think about the old man again. Sam decided he wasn't hungry after all. Suddenly, he heard a noise from outside that sounded like 1,000 leaves rustling. He ran to the window to see what was happening. Look, he yelled. Bundles of firecrackers were exploding in the street. Rounding the corner was the festival lion, followed by a band of cymbals and drums. Sam pulled his mother outside. The colorful lion wove down the street like a giant centipede. Teased by a clown wearing a round mask, it tossed its head up and down. So this is the lion in their parade. It came to a halt in front of a meat market and sniffed a giant lychee that hung in the doorway, along with a bouquet of lettuce leaves. With loud fanfare, the band urged the lion toward its prize. "Take the food, take the money, bring us good luck for the new year," Sam shouted along with the others. His heart pounded in time with the drum's beat. With a sudden lunge, the lion devoured the lychee all in one blink and continued down the street. The crowd clapped and then quickly dispersed or went away. "That was a hungry lion," Sam's mother joked. Now he felt hungry too and wanted to go back to the bakery. But just then a large grand opening sign caught Sam's eye. In the window were cars, planes, robots, and stuffed animals. A new toy store. Toy store! Just the place to spend his lucky money. Sam ran down one aisle and then another. He examined a police car with a wailing siren and flashing lights. He squeezed a talking pig and laughed at its loud oink oink. And then he spotted the basketballs. A new basketball was the perfect way to spend his lucky money, but when he saw the price tag, he got angry. "I only have $4, he shouted. "I can't buy this. In fact, everything he touched cost more than that." "What is $4 good for?" he complained, stamping his feet. His mother scrunched up her eyes, the way she always did when she scolded him. She guided him out the door. Sam couldn't help it. Even with all the shiny gold on them, these lychees seemed worthless. So he has a few dollars, but he doesn't quite have enough for all the things he wants. I have felt that way before. I wonder if you have too. "Sam, when someone gives you something, you should appreciate it," his mother said as she marched him along. Sam stuffed his lychees back into his pockets. The sun had disappeared behind some clouds, and he was starting to feel the chill. He dragged his feet along the sidewalk. So his mom was upset that he wasn't seeming very grateful for his money. Suddenly, Sam saw a pair of bare feet and instantly recognized him. They belonged to the old man he had seen earlier. The man also remembered him and smiled. Sam froze in his steps, staring at the man's feet. His mother kept walking. When she turned back to check on Sam, she noticed the old man. "Oh," she said, shifting her shopping bags so she could dig in her purse for some coins. "Sorry, I only have a quarter," and the man bowed his head several times in thanks. So his mom gave a little bit of her money to the man, and he appreciated it. "He acts like it's $1,000,000, Sam thought, shaking his head as they started to walk away. Sam looked down at his own feet, warm and dry in his boots, and suddenly he stopped. "Can I really do anything I want with my lucky money?" he asked. "Yes, of course," his mother answered. Sam pulled his lychees from his pocket. The golden dragon looked shinier than ever, and he ran back and thrust his lucky money into the surprised man's hands. "You can't buy shoes with this," he told the man, "but I know you can buy some socks." The stranger laughed, and so did Sam's mother. So although Sam didn't really appreciate having the little bit of money, the man seems to really appreciate the thought. Sam walked back to his mother and took her warm hand. She smiled and gave a gentle squeeze. And as they headed home for more New Year's celebration, Sam knew he was the lucky one. And there he is with his family, getting lots of loves and staying warm. So that's the end of the story. In the next few days, we'll be talking about, different words we use for money we get. In the story, Sam's money was called lychees. Try to think of other words we use for money we get, and what are words we use for money we spend. That will be our assignment tomorrow. I'll get it posted here tomorrow morning, I believe. I just want you to be thinking about money and what it means to save, donate money, spend money, and earn money. So be thinking about that, and I will see you soon. All right, bye, friends.